Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing this for the very first time, my name is Lucy. So today I'm going to be talking about budgeting. If you're new to budgeting, if you've never tried out budgeting, and if you have a budget but you want to see what you can do different, stick around. I'll be sharing a few budgeting tips and how to start budgeting for your money and your finances. So the thing is, to improve your money and to see where all your money is going, everyone needs a budget, regardless of how much you think you have, how much you earn, how good you think you are with your money. Everything starts off with budgeting. I will make this short, and I'm going to be talking about which one I use specifically. And the one I use specifically is called cash envelope system. That's the budgeting method I use, and it's what I'm going to be sharing today. See, budgeting helps you improve your relationship with money, and it helps you to know where your money is going. So some people use apps to budget for their money. There's a lot of apps on your App Store or Google Play Store you can download. But simply, the thing is, you list down every single thing you spend money on, starting from essentials to other things you spend money on. So if you don't want to buy budget binders or envelopes to list down everything, you can simply install an application that can work well with you, and then do the same thing, write down everything. There are a lot of apps you can try out. So me, I personally, I have an app and I still use budget binders. Budgeting will help you to know which part of your categories you need to cut back on, because I personally, before I used to pay for internet, like Wi-Fi, the package I used to pay was 130. So when I started budgeting, after a month, of course, you have to sit down and reflect on things, you've been spending money on. So I had to change my internet package from 130 to 72,000, but just because I tracked my expenses and started budgeting. So by that, you'll get more money to save when you cut back on your expenses. But that can only happen if you start budgeting and tracking your expenses. And it's not only about internet, because all of us, we have different things we spend money on. Our budgets can't look the same. You have to be realistic with yourself. You don't have to list down, you don't have to make a budget that looks like someone else's budget. You have to be realistic with yourself and make a budget that aligns with your lifestyle. Don't forget to include things like the fun things. If you like shopping, you have to include that in your budget. If you like eating out, you have to include that in your budget. If you like buying on like Shein, Temu, include that in your budget, so that whenever you get paid, the certain amount you have to save, you set it aside, and then divide the rest accordingly. Essentials have to come first, that is water, food, and shelter. If you're paying rent, food, those are the first things you have to first include, and then other things come after. Personally, I use budget binders. I had like 4, but I had to cut them down to 2. So this is how they look like. This is a want binder, and I use this for needs. But you can have one and then categorize everything in one. So this is how they look like. This is for bills, and then this is for wants, like needs and then wants. This is how I categorized them. So this is how they look like. See? So when we start off with the bill binder, I had to cut. This is food. This is food. And then this is rent, site, and then Wi-Fi, utilities, and then body cream. Those are my needs, the things I need to survive on. I personally, that's why I was like, you have to make a budget binder that is realistic. You don't have to make a budget that looks like mine. All budgets look different depending on how you spend your money and the things that bring value to you. So this one, I categorized it with emergency, gifts, like splurge. In case I want something like shopping or something, splurge. That's why I was like, don't forget to include things you enjoy on spending money, like splurge spending, And then personal maintenance, groceries, mom, so those are the categories. Gas, that's the budgeting system I use, budget binders. But if you're not okay with this, purchasing this, or you can just use apps. You'll know where your money is going. I already said that. And another thing you won't forget, when like certain bills or certain things you have to pay for. And when you start budgeting, then a lot of things you'll start noticing with your money. First of all, I said you'll be organized with your finances. And let's say if you have something that is coming up, or your friend's birthday, and you want to prepare that, you add that in your budget, and you'll be setting money aside. So by the time the birthday gets, you'll have money to buy a gift or attend to it. You'll be organized with your money. First of all, you'll be organized with your money. And another thing, it will help you track your expenses. And by the way, tracking your expenses and budgeting, they seem the same, they sound the same, but they are kind of different. You have to, at the end of the month or twice, you have to reflect on your budget. And another thing, you can change your budget. It doesn't have to be constant, the same the whole year, because some things come up and you need to maybe remove some categories or add some categories. It depends. And when you start budgeting and tracking your expenses, you reduce on the constant urge of wanting to get something the immediate time you see it, because you'll have to add it in your budget and then have to wait. And most of the times, if you wait to get something, you'll end up even not buying it. Budgeting will help you to save up for future goals. In case you have specific goals you want to achieve, if you budget and track your expenses, you'll definitely achieve them. So if you like such content, please leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye. That's all for today.